All right, hey, I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to do our planning a perfect day assignment for those of you that missed class for some reason, or your internet's not working very good or whatever. So I want to make sure you know what you're doing. So the first thing to consider before we get into the actual assignment is to consider what you think your target calorie number is. So I've actually used this and used a couple different numbers. So if you take a look here, I first started with my BMR, which was 2,149. Then I went to my Lose It site, and in the top left corner of my Lose It site, there's a budget number, and that was 2,623. And then I kind of went around and I just started thinking about different sports. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to play soccer, it was about 800 and some calories. Football for an hour was 663. If I went for a run, that was 270. That was about a 30-minute run. So I needed to kind of think about my own number, and I'm going to allow you guys to come up with whatever number you think fits best. Remember that the BMR is kind of your low end. Your Lose It number kind of is a number that takes into effect a little bit of information about your exercise patterns, your gender, your height, your weight, those kind of things. But you have to kind of come up with a number. So like for me, I'm going to come up with a number of 1,800. Now, part of that is I'm still trying to lose some weight. So if I was in a normal state, I'd probably more in that probably 22 to 2,600 area. But because I'm still trying to lose weight, I'm going to go with 1,800. Okay, so that's going to be my target. All right, now let me show you what goes on next. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take you through this process of this document. So what do we do? Okay, so this is the document here. Across the top, you'll see a whole bunch of different things. So I told you that I was going to go with 1,800 calories as my number. Okay, so if I go ahead and click here, I'm actually going to open this document up, and it's going to bring me in another tab. Now, in order to do this efficiently, I think the easiest way to do this is to split my screen. So I'm going to do a quick screen split here. And I'm going to put some information over here, and then I'm going to bring this half over to here. And then this is going to be where I'm going to put in my info. Okay, so what you find on this downloaded sheet, again, after you've selected which of these calorie numbers you're going to go with, is that you're going to now kind of get a little bit of information. So these are some food group areas. So I got fruits, I got vegetables, I got grains, I got protein, I got dairy. Okay, so those are different food groups. And then you have amounts. So this is the recommended amounts for somebody who's trying to go with an 1,800 calorie day. So every calorie number is going to be different. And this is why you have to kind of come up with your own number. Okay, and we try to keep them in that 200 number increment. Okay, so for me, it was 1.5 cups, 2.5 cups of vegetables, 6 ounces of green, 5 ounces of protein, 3 cups of dairy. That's the recommended amounts. Okay, and then by the way, this comes from the United States Department of Agriculture. This is called the My Plate Initiative, which is actually very reputable and very, very good recording site. Okay, now if I go down to the second part of this document, this will actually give me some ideas on where I'm going to get my food. So this is raw or cooked fruit, fruit juice. You can see in the vegetable, you can say raw or cooked vegetables, leafy greens, juice as well. Your grains could be bread, could be cereal, could be pasta, rice, those kind of things. And it actually gives you some serving size amounts as well. And then the protein, this kind of lays it out for you. I need 5 ounces. 1 egg would be equivalent to 1 ounce. And then we use this kind of FIST method. This amount right here is about 5 ounces. Okay, so you can kind of think that way when it comes to your meat products. Is from here up is about 5 ounces and about that thick. Okay, and then your dairy products are listed there as well. Now, what do I do on the blue document? Really straightforward. I'm first going to put in my amounts. So if I go back up to here, you can see them. 1.5 cups here. In my vegetable, I got 2.5 cups. In my grain, I have 6 ounces. In my protein, I have 5 ounces. And in my dairy, I have 3 cups. Okay. Now, next step, I want you now to start planning some meals. So what we call this a perfect day. So these numbers are actually designed for the entire day. Okay. So it's not just one meal. You need this amount of food in one day. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm just gonna start putting in some foods that I might eat. So let's just say I'm gonna have eggs. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have 2 eggs, so I guess I can put it over here, okay? And the group for that will be protein, okay? Then I'm gonna have some toast. Let's go with wheat toast. Okay, I'm gonna have 2 slices, and that's gonna be in my grain group. All right, and I'm gonna have some orange juice. And I'm gonna have 8 ounces or 1 cup. Okay, and that's gonna be in my fruit group. And I really like strawberries, so I'm gonna have strawberries. And again, I'm gonna have a 1/2 cup, and that's gonna be in my fruit group. So again, I'm just kind of building some meals. Make sure these are meals that you'd actually maybe prepare, and you can kind of play around with what you would want to eat, but also think about healthy choices. So like for lunch, I might have a salad. Oh, geez, nice spelling. And I'm gonna go with a romaine lettuce because that's kind of my salad of choice. I'm gonna have some cucumbers, and I'm gonna have some red peppers. Okay, and then over here, I'm gonna say how much. I'm gonna go 2 cups of romaine. I'm gonna go 1/2 cup of cucumbers, and I'm gonna go with a 1/2 cup of red peppers. Okay, and then over here, obviously these are all in the vegetable group. So I'm just gonna put that in 3 times. All right, oops, holy toast, that's crazy. All right, and so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to create this as we go. Now, once you have all of your meals in, if you want to add some snacks, you can add that in. And then you're going to transfer some foods around here. So I'm going to start with my fruits. I'm going to go back up and find the ones that were fruit. Looks like I had orange juice and strawberries. Okay, so I'm going to bring those down here. And then I had, let's see, what else do I have? Let's go to my grain. I had wheat toast for my grain. I'm going to bring that down here. And then I had eggs, so we're gonna go in the protein section. We're gonna put in our eggs. And literally, I'm just copy pasting all of this from the top to the bottom. Now, the goal in this is going to be to come up with the amounts at the end of the day that match the required amounts at the beginning of the day. And so this is a really important understanding that you are looking for foods to get that balance, okay? And I can't stress this enough to you, the importance of saying, okay, how do I make sure I hit them all? Because what you're gonna find out, honestly, as a teenager, I'm gonna guess, is that you're gonna miss some stuff. You're actually gonna undereat, or you're gonna overeat in one area. So you might go with eggs, but then you might go with a 6-ounce piece of steak. Well, then all of a sudden you're at 8 ounces of protein and you're over, okay? All right. Now, the next step in this is once you have it all set. So if you're missing something down here, so let's say you get to the bottom of this and you go, well, I needed a 1.5 cups of fruit and I really only had a cup. Well, then you're going to have to go back up and add. So what the goal of this is to get this amount ready to go, and it needs to match what your required amounts are. Okay. So this is a really important understanding that we get this to balance out. So for example, I don't have any dairy in here yet. So maybe for dinner, I'm going to say skim milk. Okay. And I'm going to have, I like milk. So let's go 2 cups. That's going to give me the right kind of go on that. And then maybe at lunch, I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of cheese on my salad. Okay. So I can go 1/2 cup. All right. And that'll get me dairy again. Okay, so then I can move those down here. So I can say skim, milk, and cheese. Okay, now then there's a second step to this, and we're gonna actually do this in class on tomorrow or the next day. I'll make a new video on this, but I'm gonna stop this one. So your number one goal is to get 3 meals. Remember that these meals could potentially be preparable. So if I asked you as an assignment to prepare one of these meals, that would be a choice you could make as well. And again, what we're looking for in this idea is getting the balance to fit what's recommended for you based on the calorie number that you chose. So this is meal planning. This is something new to a lot of us. We need to give it a go. Okay, if you have questions, send me an email. I think this will give you the idea how to finish what I'm going to call, again, the blue sheet. I guess I'm into blue when it comes to documents. So that's the scoop. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks a lot. Take care.